Well, we at the Red Cross are very concerned. There seems to be a number of drownings, especially the last week. So we're just concerned that people aren't hearing the message about how to be safe around the water, and so we appreciate any kind of opportunity to let people know that the water can be a dangerous place if in fact you don't understand how to be safe around it. For kids, babies to 4 years old, we're finding that parental supervision is an area that we really need to focus on, because it only takes a matter of seconds until a child can get into trouble around the water. I think a lot of parents have taken heed to our message and are much safer, but as I say, those that aren't, it doesn't take but a few seconds and they learn the lesson the hard way. I think a lot of it is certainly with boating and activities around the water. If you have small children that can't swim, why not put a life jacket or a PFD on them when they're around the water? And if they do fall in or get in trouble, they'll float to the top. We have basically in our country, certainly in our area here, a lot of people don't wear their PFDs, life jackets, in the boats, and a huge majority of the people that are drowning in boats aren't wearing PFDs and aren't wearing them correctly. So our strong message is, if anything in boats, take your PFD and wear your PFD and make sure it's in good working order, it fits, and that you know how to use it. We would tell people is that it's important to understand that water, especially this time of year when the sun comes out, the water is a wonderful place to be in. And people can have a lot of fun around the water. There's a lot of joy that goes with that, but to not neglect the fact that the water creates a situation where there can be dangers, and a lot of those lead to tragic results. So we want to emphasize the importance of understanding how to be safe, because the consequences are so great. You can't ignore that, Yeah, for a non-swimmer that doesn't have any kind of support to keep them up in the water, which is the case with non-swimmers, they can't scream and yell. They just literally go underwater, and small kids can fall over, and in a few centimeters, 3, 4, 5 centimeters of water can drown if they fall face first because they can't right themselves. So I think there's a misunderstanding that the kids can be safe around shallow water, and that isn't the case. And that drowning victims out in the water will be yelling and screaming and waving their arms, and if they're non-swimmers, that isn't the case. Certainly, the only other thing I can mention, I guess, is especially if you're out in the water, that our water's cold, and even this is the safety message is not just for those that can't swim; it's for those that can swim, because if you fall out of a boat or you're out in the water in our area here, it's only a matter of 5 to 10 minutes before you start to lose your ability to swim. So even swimmers can drown and become hypothermic in our waters. So it's important for swimmers as well to be safe and understand wear the life jacket, wear the PFD, and be safe.